did the wrong frame for a moment.
Can we kick it? Yes, we can.
Got all
What
this
in this
front
case does
matter.
kicking it entail, though?
We can kick the can.
You ever started a dirt bike?
Good evening, and welcome to Frontline Fiction.
I've started a bike.
I see that he's trying. This guy in the upper left corner seems to be trying to accomplish something. Let's continue vamping.
Ooh, best of luck to him. Good luck with that, man.
So what are we talking about? Kickstarting a dirt bike?
It seems that way. Can't say I'm familiar. I've just done bikes. Those are pretty easy to start. Just start pedaling.
It sounds like the levels are all good, as much as we don't need to blow anybody else out with the Wilhelm screen.
Good.
Good deal.
I'm going to go ahead and stop hearing an echo.
Said you did have an echo?
I had an echo because I was here and here.
Oh, now I've got one.
Yep, that is because my phone is still.
I'm sorry, I thought it was my fault. My head's hollow.
Well, welcome everybody to Frontline Fiction.
Hopefully,
we're some logistical difficulties waiting on one of our number. Tonight we'll be playing Pathfinder2e's Season of Ghost Adventure Path, Book 1 by Sin HHS, a campaign we've dubbed Shadows of Willowshore. This is Session 3. I'll be guiding the story, but the real stars are my players, who I will let introduce themselves in just a moment. Safety and consent. Before we roll, just a quick but important note. Everyone at this table is a consenting adult. We're playing with safety tools, specifically the X card, and just an open door policy. We've had the conversations. Anybody can step away at any point in time for a break or what have you. The same goes for you at home. If something hits too close to home, no one's going to prioritize you more and better than you. Viewer discretion is advised. We're not sponsored or endorsed by any of the companies or organizations with whose tools make this game a possibility. Paizo, Foundry, Hero Forge. We try to give credit where credit is due and remain in good faith with the different community use policies and whatnot out there. Thank you to everybody who has done something to bring these tools to life. We do proudly support Roll to Heal. It's an organization providing veterans, first responders, and healthcare professionals with a safe space to connect and de-stress through tabletop RPGs. Can't say enough for the work they're doing. Really just grinding day in and day out to bring what started as a single table of veterans to a nationwide organization. Go check them out and tell them that Frontline Fiction sent you. And back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Yeah, so I'm Jack. I play Reginald, the Ratfolk Investigator, and hearing legend. Oh, hello, cat. We also have a cat here. This is Amigo. Hi. Are you gonna walk across my keyboard? You gonna walk across my keyboard how many times? 3 or 4?
6.
I wanted to hop in because when I heard Tommy talking about Roll to Heal, it got me thinking about Tommy and I played a quick, not recorded, but offline Delta Green game last Thursday. And let me tell you, I was in a foul mood going into that. And pretty much didn't want to. I was like close to calling it off, but yeah, I mean, totally distracted me, I guess. Distracted, took my mind off of it, and I had a great time. And I think maybe speaks a little bit to what the healing power this can have. You totally step outside of the problems you're experiencing day to day.
Mm-hmm.
Anyhow, that's a long
Hobbies
ass
are
introduction.
Hobbies are good, and found, I mean, especially creative hobbies. Just anything you can. Everybody should have something that they can lose themselves in. Jack, what would you say? If what other than tabletop RPGs, what else would you lose yourself in? What else brings that same level of just peace? That same outlet. An outlet. That's what these things are. They're called outlets.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking of like, are you guys familiar with the concept of flow from a psychological perspective? Like
being a flow state.
Yeah, flow state.
Mm-hmm.
So that's being like so in tune with a task that you're working on that you tend to kind of lose track of time, in a good way. And I was thinking, I do a lot of 3D printing. In fact, I have a virtual background on so you don't see the whole enormous mess of wires behind me that are going over to the 3D printers. And as I was thinking about that, like the obvious answer to me, but it's a pretty passive hobby, right? You start the printer and then you kind of walk away. But I find that when I'm designing things that are going to be printed, when I'm dealing with one of the many mechanical problems that comes up because
you walked away.
Because I walked away. Yeah, I should send you guys a picture of my hot end right now that I walked away from. It's got about 300 grams of PLA glued, fused to the hot end because yes, I walked away and I came back and it had come disconnected from the bed. Anyhow, I could talk about 3D printing for a very long time, but so I guess the answer is more along the lines of like working with my hands and stuff. That really gets me into a flow state, which is why I've decided to do things with my life that have nothing to do with that.
Naturally. Asmo.
Yo.
Who are you playing? Who are you? Where can we find you? Who are you playing? And what, other than tabletop RPGs, what else helps you? I have a feeling I have a feeling I know your answer, but I won't steal it from you.
Well,
who am I to assume?
I'm Asmo Danikar. My online handle's been mine for a long time. Got it from somebody's Star Wars RPG game when I was going to play a species that he told me named itself in a manner similar to Demons and Devils of Earth, and I still wanted it to sound Star Wars-like. So, yeah, for a long time I was the only Asmo. You can find me every Saturday night at Heathen Cantina. Tuesday nights you can find me right here, playing Pathfinder in both places. And I'm playing Sakari, who is a Nagaji warrior. Cool snake man. He's a lot of fun. He's got a warm heart, despite being thought of as a pykleothermic, cold-blooded individual. He's not. What do I do beyond? Well, I live in a hilly neighborhood, so I hike, and I find that walking a few miles through this neighborhood with a pack and in my boots is a great way to introduce an environment of wordlessness into my brain pan. And the longer and more often that I am monologue free up top, the happier a day I've had. I also cook. I'm a good cook, and I am constantly learning new cooking techniques, watching videos, and adopting recipes from all over the world, trying to recreate them at home to varying degrees of success. I'm an avid world builder, so when I'm not playing a game, I'm usually prepping for a game. It's getting into these flow states. I find like sometimes wordless music is best. You know, big fan of drums and bass and synthwave when the mood calls for it to get tasks completed. Currently painting a bunch of pieces of a coral reef for my Pathfinder game here for my locals.
So you said wordless music. Do you find that even if it's a song you're very, very familiar with, do words still kind of interrupt that?
It depends on what it is I'm trying to do. If what I'm doing is data entry or working on stat blocks, then I don't need dialogue because my brain will go down that road and sing along. I can type very quickly. I can pound out a lot of words on a page in a short amount of time, provided I've created the conditions to get into the flow state to do so.
What do you mean a troll doesn't have HP equal to 10 million fireflies?
That was good on your feet, man.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's good stuff. It's good to create. It's good to create worlds. There's this quote, never mind who it's from, but what the quote was that stayed with me was that fairy tales are good for us, not because they teach us that dragons exist, but that they can be beaten.
Beautiful.
Well, you all made me kind of feel like a schmuck. My name's Joe.
Well, Joe, hey.
My name's Joe. I am playing Misaki, our Kitsune swashbuckler. And outside of TTRPGs, I do more TTRPG stuff. Or I play video games. I look after one of my dogs.
And those are real things. I don't think you should feel less than or bad about that.
I know. My world building's mostly behind me these days. I just don't have the time. Still got one.
It's
not knocking around. I got all the notes for it still, but that one was for D&D, not Pathfinder. So it would need some pretty serious retooling if I wanted to use it for Pathfinder.
Just file the serial numbers off. Nobody will buy it. It's okay.
Yeah,
it's all you.
The problem was that I wanted it to be kind of a kitchen sink setting where anything and everything could be found. So this was something that came up in 5e before they had updated and printed like a lot of the Spelljammer stuff, before the Eberron stuff was really a huge thing. And I think the most recent stuff at the time was like Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes or whatever. And so the idea was basically that this was sort of a demiplane that had been cut loose and kept trying to anchor itself to other demiplanes and then would come loose again and bring a chunk of another plane with it and incorporate it.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, because the idea was the core of it was a take off of the Minotaur, like the classical Minotaur of Greek myth, and it had been the subject of an incredibly powerful magical ritual to imprison it in a demiplane, a la the imprison spell, and it was by its own nature resistant to being contained. So for the spell to work and for it to not be contained, it kind of reached this weird equilibrium of having this demiplane ping-ponging around, eating chunks of other planes and just growing larger and larger and larger over time.
I like that better than Planescape. I like that better than Spelljammer, I should say.
But yeah, it's been a long time since I've done anything with that one, mostly because I've fallen out of love with D&D.
Well, you'll GM again.
Oh, I do still GM. I co-GM
Oh, okay.
for a guy on Wednesdays.
Oh, right on, right on. Yeah, I like, and I'm spoiled, but I've noticed that most of the game groups I'm in fact, maybe all of them, everyone I play with is also a GM, which is awesome.
GMs, in my experience, other GMs are either absolutely great players or they're fucking awful players.
I hope I'm in the former camp.
I think. Do you mean sort of in the sense that they can totally abuse the system if they want to?
No, in the sense that they have a very firm idea of what makes a good game and are not very flexible on it.
They have very strong opinions, maybe.
And I mean, all GMs are going to have strong opinions in my mind, at least the ones that are invested. But I think one of the big strengths of someone as a player is being flexible about what kind of game they're in. You have to meet the game where it's at sometimes. If you really want to have a game that does exactly the way you want it to, you've got two options. Either be the GM yourself, which I mean, now we're back around to them being GMs as well, or you don't play a cooperative TTRPG.
Tommy, how are you faring with? I don't know if Kerosene or ICGM, but I know the three of us do. How does that fare so far? I feel like I sometimes fear that I do a little bit of backseat DMing, but I don't know.
I don't mind it, and I see it as, I mean, again, it's a, you kind of, you get a group together. You've got stages of group forming, of small group forming. So you've got the forming stage, the norming stage, and the storming stage. And I think there's a lot that goes into that dynamic as a group comes together. Especially when you've got multiple GMs. And kind of to Joe's point, I'm in the very cooperative camp. Right. I try to be very flexible. I am a control freak outside of this. So talking about the having an outlet to game in, this is an outlet for me to exercise my god powers, but to do so in a way that, like, to get the best results pretty much has me relinquish those powers for the sake of a collaborative story. And I, when it comes to a game system, I mean, Joe and Asmo, y'all know this game so much better than I do. Do I need to know the rules inside and out to tell the story? No, I don't think I do. Uh, I've got a good enough grasp. It's I love the input. I love the input. I'd be lost without it, I would say.
There's a lot of rules. It's easy to forget them. I forget stuff all the time.
I was about to say, I'm just glad there are rules to forget. Look, I mean,
No, I don't.
5e did do a lot of refinement over its lifespan, but man, I still can't get over the the class disparity. That's really what killed D&D for me. I think was the class disparity, because I ran a game. I mean, I mentioned I co-GM on Wednesdays with another guy. This is our second campaign that we've done that for. The first one we did was a homebrew campaign that was primarily based on the Ravnica Magic the Gathering setting. We used that source book.
That's a fun book.
It is. It is a fun book, and we got a lot of interest because we started recruiting at a public game show. Is what we did, public game store. We got a lot of interest, so we were like, "This is a bit too much for one guy," and we've been getting along pretty well as like players and GMs before then. We've been doing pickup games and Adventures League, and we liked each other fairly well by that point. he straight up said, "Yeah, this is going to be too much. I'm going to have to cut him down." And I don't remember whether I offered or if he asked, but we came to the conclusion that it might work better if we co-GM. And honestly, it worked out really well. We started with 10 or 11 players.
Yeah.
We ended up finishing the campaign 5 years later with 7.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
It's wild to me how long these things go. I came to all of this pretty late in life, by which I mean like 30, which is not that late in life, but it feels so late in life to me. And the idea that you play the same game for like years was so really kind of fascinating to me.
We did take a pretty big break in the middle of that because of COVID. But I mean, in that final group, we had a bard, we had a cleric, we had a druid, we had a sorcerer, we had a wizard, we had one I'm forgetting, and we had an eldritch knight.
He basically had every spell list available in the game was accessible.
What could go wrong? Nothing.
We had a rogue, that's what it was. A rogue who dipped into wizard.
Mm.
So literally everyone had spellcasting.
Took a little wizard dip.
The idea of a dip being used with a wizard is like sort of funny. I was thinking about doing a little bit of a wizard dip with Reginald.
And so that and one of the things that really became obvious, especially once we passed, I think the break point was probably around level 11. Once we passed level 11 especially, it started getting really, really clear that as far as determining challenge, as far as determining difficulty, and to be blunt, as far as it came to narrative weight, if we didn't put our thumbs on the scales as the DMs, the more magic you had, the more you mattered.
I do like the idea of low magic worlds generally.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, a low magic world is probably the best way to have fighters and barbarians and the purely martial classes in 5e really matter and keep up.
Have you guys, I know we're really just like vamping it. I mean, not vamping, we're just really going on.
Yeah, we've turned this into a podcast this week.
Have you guys ever listened to, because I know at least 2 of you are podcast, like actual play listeners. You guys ever heard of Dungeons of Drakenheim?
Yeah, that's the dungeon dudes.
Yeah, the dungeon dudes.
I've heard of it, but I can't say anything else. It's one of those things that I know I've heard of or seen somewhere, but I've never seen it myself.
Yeah, they're decent.
Yeah, I think it was the second thing I listened to. I listened to Dungeons and Daddies. I did Dungeons of Drakenheim, and then I got into Glass Cannon and realized that 5e sucked.
I have not watched
It's different. It's
plays.
Different.
I do not watch any actual plays. I just cannot really do it.
Gotcha.
I usually have them on in the background while I'm doing other stuff. You know,
see
when I was like working in lab, if I was pipetting something, I would listen to those.
Oh, they're perfect for that.
It doesn't work for me because I want to listen too much, or I just completely tune it out.
When they're at their best, you stop doing what you're doing. Your roux gets too dark, and hope you like Cajun food. Like you can, like a really good one will pull you out of the task you've been doing while you've absently been listening to it, but it's rare.
Your roux gets dark. I like that.
I often listen to them while I'm cooking.
Cajun fire. Cajun napalm. That's what they call it, right?
It's definitely a staple.
That's
that and the Holy Trinity.
For those of you that are not familiar, this is roux, ROUX.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean that's how I make my chicken gravy too. So it's not just in the realm of Cajun cooking, but butter and
like the base
flour.
For almost all sauces.
It can be. Well, mother
sauces that are worthwhile.
That's how I got escalated. That's how I've got promoted out of dishwasher, was telling the chef, your butter's bubbling, you making a roux? Because he had 3 people call out, and he had already thrown a knife that night or that earlier that month.
No.
It was nuts, man. It was nuts. Working as a teenager in kitchens in the 80s, when back of house and front of house were in competition for the adults, not the kids working back there illegally. But they were in competition to see how much cocaine they could do on a shift. So it was a tense environment, you know. I'm not kidding when I say threw a freaking knife.
Was he at the right distance to get it stuck in whatever he threw it at?
He threw it at the new owner, and it went wubba 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 in the door jam right next to the office door.
Oh God!
About 10 feet from where I was standing, so not close enough to like really scare me, but close enough for me to go shit.
Yeah, the cocaine is helping his aim.
Oh my God, the 80s.
Yeah, that's someone you want to be on the bad side.
Nintendo was expensive. The cartridges were not cheap. So I rode my BMX 4 miles to go work at a surf and turf place by the stadium.
So I will say, co-GMing is one of those things that is pretty rare, but it gets discussed, I think, a fair chunk.
Yeah.
And usually the consensus I usually see on it is it's really hard and it's often not worth it. And I can see why. I can really see why. If you've got some really good synergy and really good chemistry with the other guy, it can go very, very well. But you really, really need that chemistry. And the guy I co-GM with, he is very much one of my best friends, right? Probably in my life. But there are definite benefits. For one, it really cuts down on the amount of strain on the GM, because you're able to divide the task load up. If you're running a combat that has 6 enemy creatures, you can do 3 and 3 rather
Which
than
I think
have
adds
one
like
guy
some
running
cool
6.
dynamic into it too.
Yeah.
Or a conversation that has 4 NPCs.
Oh yes, NPC to NPC conversations are one of the huge benefits of having multiple GMs. But that's I think where I think the chemistry is most important.
So
much of that is improv, and as the GM or GMs, sometimes you usually have a point to having an NPC conversation, right? There's something you want to get across, and you need, if you have another person involved that you don't know what they're gonna say next or how they're gonna react to what you say, you really need to have trust in them that they're gonna keep going towards where you need it to go. Yeah, I don't know how much you know about Magic, but some of the most fun things in that Ravnica campaign were for not just for us the GMs, but the players really liked it too. Was anytime they got to listen in to a conversation between Raul Zarek, who's in charge, who's one of the high ups in the Is It League, who are like the mad scientist engineers,
Yeah,
and Dovin Bond, who's like the bureaucrat's bureaucrat, all about law and order. And the party got to listen in on a few of those conversations, and it was just constant sniping and nitpicking and making fun of each other and being little dickheads towards each other. And they loved listening in on that.
that's good stuff. I had a co-GM for a convention game I ran that was going to feature 2 tables working their way through a dungeon to meet in the middle with a big combat that only one of them would be able to come out. They didn't know that going in, but that's how it ended. And
it was predetermined that most people were going to die.
Yes, yeah, we wrote it to. There was a big beastie at the center. What they realized is only one team could capture the crystal dagger to escape the bottle dimension they were in. So they had a co-GM for that. We we coordinated a lot, and it was a good experience. The advice I always give GMs who ask me how can I be a better GM is run for strangers. Go find a gaming store, volunteer to run a table for a weekly game for a few months, run at a convention. If you're nervous about doing it, then get one of your friends that you've gamed with to be your plant in the audience, and that will really help. But really, run for strangers. It will make the regular games you do for your friends better, because it will sharpen the saw. You will absolutely get better at the craft of GMing if you do it for people whose level of expertise you can't count on and whose tactics you can't predict.
Yep.
And
Well,
whose
I have
personalities.
decided to lean
Yes.
quite a bit on Joe because you know the rules so well. Not that I'm GMing, but just because I'm still
I'm glad you appreciate that I sometimes do offer those suggestions, because I know, some people don't like having that suggestion. I do appreciate that I'm not stepping on toes when I do that.
no.
Well,
it's
no,
been a big help
like
for
I
me.
was saying, it's I mean, as far as I know, it's something that as long as we all have our strengths, and you definitely have a strength there. You've got just what sometimes it sounds almost encyclopedic, and to not let you work that, and at the show, to do that, it'd be foolish. It makes the game run so much. It kind of goes back to that collaborative element of a story, and how a group forms.
Yeah,
And
those are definitely my DM habits kicking in. I think I even straight up got called out on it on the previous streams.
There are also very asinine ways to do it, and you're not generally doing that. It
no.
feels like it's
Gracious.
coming from a good place.
Yeah. The Ravnica game
Well,
was really the first long-term campaign I did, either as a player or a GM. It was fun. Party got to punch a dragon in the face with a mech.
That sounds awesome.
So Niv Mizzet is the leader of the so Ravnica's whole thing is it's a city state.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
there's 10 guilds. And each guild is a specific color combination, because Magic's got that 5-color wheel. And so there's one guild for each combination of 2 colors. And one of those guilds is the Izzet League. And the guild master of the Izzet League is a dragon called Niv Mizzet. And Niv Mizzet is the only dragon in Ravnica. He literally killed every single other dragon in Ravnica because he wanted to be the only one. He has a stat block. He is, it's obviously CR challenge rating is meaningless.
If
But
it
he is
bleeds,
CR,
we can kill it.
he's like CR 26, 28. He's real strong. He's a full ass ancient red dragon plus with like 20th level spellcaster spell slots, and he's got a special feature where he can concentrate on 2 spells at once.
Is he red green or
Red blue.
red blue?
Red green are the Gruul clans, which are like the Mad Max raiders that live outside the city proper.
Okay.
They were fun. They had a mission where they had to go negotiate with the leader of the Gruul clans, and they had to go to the end of the world to find him. And Ravnica is literally flat. When they had to go to the end of the world, I mean it. They went to the end of the world.
Mm.
But yeah, they punched Niv Mizzet in the face with a giant mech at one point.
What was the thing you said earlier, Esmo, about fairy tales are great because they tell us dragons can be...
Not that they exist, but that they can be defeated.
Yeah.
All you need is a giant mech.
Mm-hmm.
with a punchy fist.
So the
I
real
want to play
funny part,
Battletech.
the real funny part is that in the game, it was designed by one of the characters.
Oh, nice.
Oh, gotcha.
Well, it was designed by one of the characters who submitted it as a proposal to his boss, because he was an Izzet League engineer. They were from a bunch of the different guilds, and it was like, oh, this might have promise. We'll have to put in an actual proposal for it and see what happens. Months later in game, it's like, yeah, so shit has happened. Niv Mizzet needs to get punched in the face. Fortunately, we have a giant mech to do this. You'll be
It's a
familiar with it.
It's a dragon puncher.
Yeah, we just kind of built it without telling you.
I like that. I like that had setup and payoff. That's good player reward.
That's nice. Yeah.
Well, let's dive into Willowshore here, guys. I'm gonna get us started with a flashback. The smell of sawdust. Let me hold on. The smell of sawdust lingers even now. Back then, Willowshore was alive. Pilgrims filled our streets, dressed in colors from across the land. You couldn't walk a dozen steps without hearing prayers to the Suji tree or laughter spilling up from an inn. The monastery's shadow drew them here, but it was the people, the farmers, the builders, the cooks, and the weavers who made them stay. We migrants we stuck together in those days. Shoulder to shoulder, we built roofs, tilled fields, carved boats, framed doors. Nobody went hungry, and if they were willing to work, and work we did, proud, honest, and steady. Every beam I shaped, every farmhouse I raised, felt like a promise that Willowshore would stand forever. Even when the monastery faded, we carried the town on our backs. Some of us traveled for work, some of us stayed behind, but we always returned, always. Because Willowshore was more than a home. It was a beacon. A place alive with music, trade, and kinship. That was the good old days. And then came Loa. Their bosses brought bridges, dams, clean boots, and dirty eyes. Measured us not in sweat or soil, but in coin. The good days ended the moment their shadows fell across our fields.
Sounds like a Southbender to me.
Clean boots and dirty eyes is what you said?
That is a good turn of phrase.
That is really great. I'm writing it down.
You guys are approaching the Matsuki estate. For narrative sakes, we are there. There's a moment here where Arbus catches the scent of something. He lowers his nose and starts trailing off the party. Arna Follow doesn't leave you guys yet, but he kind of takes a peek to see what Arbus is going after. And Sumika, who is with you guys. Sumika, this hunter that you rescued from the Jenkins last session.
Who has like 1 hit point, right?
Yes.
No, I think she's got like 4 now.
Okay.
I think we healed. He'll.
You guys did minimum. She got minimum.
Oh, that's
healing.
right. Yeah.
Yes.
3 hit points now.
She says, those look like those tracks could be from Ugly Coot, the missing spider.
Ugly what?
Ugly Cute.
Ugly Cute, right.
The missing spider. Those look like they would be from Ugly Cute. If only I was well enough to go track Ugly Cute down.
Don't worry, we should be able to track down a spider friend leaving nice tracks.
Didn't it wander into the river?
What's that?
Didn't it wander into the river?
Did the tracks go off
at
into
one
the
point. It did at one point. And at this, Arbus is going to just start lumbering off.
He's going to the beach.
He starts fucking it in the way only a bear can.
Yep. Arn looks back
This is
with
the sort of dog where you like put a collar on it, but it's really still collar and a leash, but it's really just walking you still.
Exactly.
That's Arbus.
And then Arn just kind of looks back to the party and to Samika with a solemn nod, understanding what he has to do. And he just kind of all of a sudden he's there. And then you just, as the proverbial leash tightens, boom, right? He just starts getting pulled along. Bear lumbers off.
He's barely in control.
I think it's probably likely that Arbus and Arna are probably the fastest members of the party, too.
That's a good point, yeah.
Arna, at least, I think probably is, because he's got fleet, and I don't think any of us have base 30 speed besides him.
Yeah, Arna's base speed was 30. Or not base speed, but his speed was 30, and I think Arbus is 40.
For a bear? That's what a horse has.
I was awfully surprised, but I think that's what he said.
I'm going to look that up now.
He moves as fast as the market will bear.
35 feet for a bear.
Yeah, you don't want to have to try to outrun a bear.
Yeah, but that makes them
they can really bear down on you.
That makes them as fast as you can get at level 1, and that's basically only by being like a nimble elf.
Yeah.
That's like a specific fast ancestry with a feat to make them faster.
They're both green creatures.
You never think of a bear as a fast creature, a strong creature.
I mean, they are fast. Creature. Don't get me wrong. That's not something I'm opposed against. But I thought they had 30 feet of speed.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised, but that makes them more terrifying.
I mean, that's really great as a companion, where you can just give them two actions, right?
Talk about
how many more times you actually get to do something with the second action,
right? And just being able to define the battlefield by how far your animal companion can move out to greet enemies and give your back rank something to do. It's pretty cool.
You guys make your approach to the Matsuki estate. I will take Reginald's token and kind of put you guys in the general area. This is the direction in which you guys were heading. You arrive. It's got its courtyard. But as you guys approach, the entire estate is whitewashed with limestone. Its white walls gleam faintly in the late afternoon light, almost reflecting off of the red mist that encompasses you guys. The salt and water plaster gives the walls a sense of both protection and superstition. A holdover from the good old days. The estate is busy, full of smoke, hammering, and voices in the distance.
This is probably the first. This is the first like truly like significant evidence of people we've heard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Reginald's going to say, "Oh, thank goodness. Let's go see what old Mitsuki is doing in there."
Yeah, Reg, your sharp eyes, you notice a small flaw in the estate's defenses. It's probably like it's a gap, a weakness, or some superstition turned impractical. What might it be? And what might it tell you about Matsuki's mindset?
I'm thinking that just looking where Reginald is on the map right now, I think that those beautifully whitewashed walls are well constructed and solid, and they've probably been mortared together many times over many years. And I think that from whatever happened with the rains this year, a little bit of the earth underneath that riverside wall has washed out. Enough for a creature to get underneath the wall and up into the back if they wanted to.
Mm.
Maybe that says that he's not out walking around the back of his yard very much, or maybe he's aware of it and he's just like a little able. It's like, the water will drain off that way, right?
Yeah.
So he makes a note of it. Maybe he turns his head a little bit and he says, "Big enough for a Jenkins? Big enough for a centipede?
It's big enough for a Reginald.
Big enough for a Reginald." If it wasn't on the other side of the water, I would just say, "Crawl up." That'd be pretty funny.
Well, I cross the bridge cautiously, and I've got my shield on my arm. I haven't drawn my weapon. Does Salt, this is me asking, does Salt have power over supernatural entities or spirits? I know it does in the Western occult tradition, but I don't know if it does in Tianxia.
I feel like there is something in the rules, like the 7 rules or superstitions or something
practices?
about salt. The 8
About
practices.
salt?
I think there's something about salt in those.
Let me take a quick look.
I could also roll. I don't know if anybody else is Willowshore lore, but I could roll that.
No salt in the 8 practices. Closest thing there is do not eat food that has 2 stick-like objects protruding from it.
Right.
Nothing else even comes close to food.
Okay. Let's see.
And that is, I know what that one's about.
Incense. It's ghost food.
Yes. So that's why you never stab a bowl of rice with your chopsticks and leave them in. Rude.
I'm sorry. Unwelcome visitor food. Don't call them
So-
names.
That's right. Not to their face.
Yeah, go ahead, and if you guys would like an occult roll or a Willowshore lore roll.
Did you want to put the throw the prompt up?
Yes.
I'm not trained in any of that.
I challenge you to find a skill I'm not trained in.
Okay, give me a minute.
There are 4 total.
Found one. You're not trained in performance.
I'm not trained in performance. Willowshore. Actually, okay. So it's. Ooh, am I investigating a lead?
Absolutely, I think so.
You're not trained in survival.
Really,
You're
I thought
not
I
trained in
was.
stealth.
Oh no, that's the other one I'm not trained in. Yeah, there's 4. Okay. This is going to be a blind gem roll. Yeah.
Yes. Ah, good roll. Good roll. That's a
Tell me everything.
critical success.
You're not trained in intimidation.
That is a critical success.
He has to sharpen his skills
So,
to get trained in intimidation.
In our Willowshore, does the salt of our Eastern traditions carry over to, or I'm sorry, of our Western traditions carry over to the Eastern? I'm going to say yes, it does.
Follow-up question: who has some salt?
But for Willowshore, I mean, if it's already a superstitious town, you've got the 8 practices, right? Those are nailed down. They don't say anything about salt. There might, if you salt your house, if you whitewash your house like Matsuki has, you're one of them.
Oh, so you're saying the whitewashing is a warding?
You're taking
sort of
it to, yeah. It is. It's a warding to ward off the ghosts. Now, it's not mentioned in the 8 practices though, which means that what this is beyond the superstition. This is, I guess, what we would consider today like a doomsday prepper, a hardcore doomsday prepper. That's the type of Willowshorean that whitewashes their house.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, then
Does
this
that
seems
answer
particularly
your question,
careless.
Asmo?
Painted with salt.
Even better than I could have possibly hoped for.
Well, this seems uncharacteristic. I mean, with having recalled that knowledge, Reginald would think would probably be surprised by the potential carelessness that that is inherent in letting a little bit of the earth erode to open up a gap underneath the wall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Do we know him to be a careless person or a spacey person, or
no? Well, you guys really wouldn't. You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know him that well enough to make that decision. What you know of him is he's an outspoken drunk, which in Willowshore, where tea is the drink of choice, not alcohol, he is. He's known to. He's the curmudgeon, Jack. He's a curmudgeon old man.
curmudgeon? Excellent. Love me a curmudgeon.
That was one of the alignments in a White Wolf system.
Curmudgeon?
Well, you have your
Seriously?
nature and your demeanor. Your nature is your true self. Your demeanor is the one you portray to the world. And I had an NPC who was an architect curmudgeon.
Yes.
Yep, he could come up with a better plan if anybody would just listen to him.
Yes, that's Matsuki. That's
goody.
Matsuki.
Oh,
So
right.
Asmo, you made Cassandra as a crotchety old man?
He was one of the deacons of this. Yep. Yes, I did.
The abandonment of I love the halfway abandonment of explanation.
Oh, there was so much context that needed to be, and then I was like, no, that doesn't. Well, we will approach cautiously and without a weapon in our hand, because if we're gonna go up to this front gate door, I'm sure we'll have a heavy crossbow or a repeating crossbow trained on us, if not a few. So we will be ready, but we will try not to precipitate a confrontation.
Yeah, and let's be ready to recite some what are they called? Some of the 8 practices.
Yeah.
Misaki's going to start humming that nursery rhyme about Lazy Otto.
It's possible. I will
Yes.
lean into my diplomacy. That I'm trained in.
The inside of Matsuki's estate is chaos barely held together by discipline. Workers rush through halls carrying baskets of herbs, planks of wood, and buckets of water. Even the little children are doing what they can to help out. A corner that once held bedrooms is now a row of cots for the sick. A study has been converted into a storeroom. The only stillness is in the banquet hall, and it's the stillness kind of creates a pathway for you guys. And at the head of a low table, Matsuki sits, listening, nodding, and offering quiet words. Let me show you Matsuki.
Yeah, we'll approach if they're gonna let us in. We'll walk in non-threatening and just go with the flow to get to where Matsuki is.
Oh, yeah, that. He looks
He's
like a
got
curmudgeon.
opinions.
He
He
definitely has
looks more
opinions.
curmudgeonly than he does in the Gazetteer. The portrait of him in the Gazetteer just has him look old and somewhat confused.
Here he looks like a master mason.
Carpenter. Carpenter.
My bad.
Absolutely. Master carpenter.
It is your bad, Asma.
You would
You
know.
should know this.
Yeah,
I
you do woodworking.
keep the boat running.
We all make fun of
Shouldn't the
Misaki
boat be floating, not running?
or Sakari. What's that?
Misaki, this banquet hall, it's got a heavy atmosphere to it. It's very solemn. But you notice a small, maybe playful or theatrical touch that somebody is trying to lighten the mood with, trying to bring a bit of humor, a bit of color, a bit of art, beauty to in the light of recent events. What might it be? What sticks out to you?
Ceremonial tea set.
My first thought was actually, there's probably children here, aren't there?
Mm-hmm.
They've probably been gathered together and are being entertained with drawings or other toys and such that are all, annoyingly enough, they're different types of foxes. It's all about the foxes.
Yes.
That one looks like you.
No, it doesn't.
Reginald's
I
gonna
bow.
to it, and
I bow to Matsuki. Act respectfully and say, Matsuki-san, we are glad to see you well and flourishing.
He rises to greet you, Sakari, old but unbent. What about his bearing as he stands up? You choose the respectful. You take the respectful approach. What reminds you of a veteran warrior? He may not have ever been a warrior, but that's what it feels like right now.
He carries himself as one, and even though he's of years, he stands with the bearing of someone who has perhaps commanded troops in battle. He looks about his staff and thinks of them as a squad of sorts, and I can see that with but a word or gesture, the children would scamper off, and I'm wary. These red mists have changed the nature of the town, so I'm respectful, but I'm cautious. And he
He
seems to
has
have,
the walk. He has the
yeah, he's in
walk of
charge.
someone. He has the walk of someone who is not used to being ignored.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got that bearing.
Says, "Come, come. You look like those that have seen too much. Eat first. Eat." And he'll wave some staff over off of whatever they were tending to. Food for the guests.
What is Matsuki's first name?
Old.
Chow.
Ciao, ciao,
But he goes,
ciao. I have to show you something very important. I'm not quite hungry yet, but I would like you to come with me. And he's gonna like wait for him to start following.
Is this the mothering you were doing about the river earlier?
Yes, exactly. It's very important. Come on, hurry up. Let's
yes,
go.
yes, and he'll follow at his pace. At his
I'll-
pace.
I will execute his last command and eat.
And it doesn't take long. Food is some fresh provisions are brought around to the table, and he'll where are you leading him to, Reg?
Right around. Yeah.
While Reg is taking Matsuki off, Misaki's just gonna kind of flit around for a bit, touch base with all the people she recognizes and knows names of, which is most of them. She's well known, probably, given she's a bit of a social butterfly.
Yes, and there are a good number of South Banks residents here. You'll notice that Bei Ming does not appear to be present upon first glance.
Could you remind me who Beiming is?
Ba Meng O is the priestess of Daikitsu in the 9-Year Shrine.
And she was born there, right? Or she was protected there.
She was protected there, but she was very, very young when it happened, so might as well have been born there for all intents and purposes, as far as she's
Gotcha.
concerned.
Gotcha.
I see your circle on the map, Reg.
Yeah, that's where I imagined it being.
Mm-hmm.
But he's if Zhao's following him, he's just gonna kind of talk his ear off, like, "Oh, it's been so surprising that nobody showed up." And yeah, so we've been walking for many minutes, and we were ambushed by a centipede, and then we came to a bridge, and I saw that it looked like the water has been eroding your wall, and I thought you'd want to know. And he's gonna stick his bow staff just like in the ground and point at it as if it's not apparent. And if Matsuki doesn't say anything, he'll just continue to like chatter on, kind of almost meaninglessly. Like, well, I think you'd really want to start with some loose gravel, but you might need to put some netting first because it'll probably otherwise all just fall back into the river.
He'll say, if
Love the rat folk
if
pointing at the hole.
Willowshore is to see another dawn, it is the attention to detail that we need. And he'll turn to start walking back towards the house, and he'll stop one of the people milling about, and you'll see him. He'll point to a shovel, and he'll point to the hole, and then he'll go to a group of hunters, most likely, and maybe Samika has already kind of congregated with these hunters, and you can see he'll just kind of, you would assume, Reg, he's told someone to fill the hole, and he's getting some hunters to make a lap around the estate to ensure that there's no Jenkins that have gotten through. That's the relative gist that you get here, and he'll bring you back into the Great Hall and say, "Now eat, eat. Tell me what you've endured. We must know."
Well, we had to walk an awful long way. And your statue has absconded from the spider gate.
Mm-hmm.
One of the centipedes we fought seemed to speak, calling out for meat. Very unsettling.
And we talked to some of the Jenkins, and though he was a squirrely fellow, and I say that derogatorily, he spoke about Busos and said they were trying to escape the Busos.
He said there was a bullsaw named Gurglegut in charge of him and his friends.
Gurglegut, yes.
And the Gurglegut was mean and the bully and wouldn't let him and any of the Jenkins win. So he and his friends basically ran away like little cowards.
And they're trying to find Murasaki.
We explored the aerodynamic properties of various gremlin folk and how easily they are stabbed when airborne.
He means that he threw him through a window.
He was already dead.
Oh, it was glorious. It was glorious. You have no idea how many Jenkins she has bisected.
A few.
It was a wonderful anatomical study.
Keep your blades sharp.
Last
And
year
your
for
manners.
over food.
And you look, and his cheeks are full of eggs. He's full of hard-boiled eggs.
Talking through that the whole time, his cheeks are still full.
No, it's every time he takes a break talking, he's he's an egg-eating snake.
And
Reg,
some,
some
bread,
as dinner drags on, and you guys continue to fill Matsuki and some other leaders in the South Bank community, you spot like a document or a ledger, something that is within Matsuki's sphere, something within his workspace. What is it? And what is it, and what does it tell you about how seriously Matsuki is preparing for Willowshore's survival here? This is the equivalent of like a war council for the old man. He's taking it very seriously.
Yeah, so I mean, this you said he's a carpenter, right? By trade. So I imagine he might be a little bit, I mean, he's clearly nutty based on some of the stuff you said. But I was going for the idea that he's maybe even a little bit nutty about how he prefers to make everything wood if he can. So some old books, they would make the covers out of wood. So this is like a wood-bound ledger that I'm seeing. And it's quite thick. Like he's rebounded or opened it up and added more pages. It's one of those things where, like a phone book, you have to open it up.
Yes, as you go on, it's a testament to the good old days.
And maybe the good old days of his woodworking business. However, he did that, and I think it's not on this page, but there's probably at some point. Is he retired now, or is he still working?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay,
Supposed to retire.
That sounds like my dad and my father-in-law as well.
He's retired.
Is he retired, or is he still working? Yes. Yeah. So if Reginald can get a closer look, I'd imagine that there's a number of recent expenses that line up to large amounts of grain, non-perishables, rice. I don't know if wheat is grown in this area, but if wheat is grown in this area, there'd be some flour. Maybe a number of urns to store water in.
You planning on taking the wandering chef archetype?
I love that archetype.
A real fun one.
Says, well, it sounds like with monsters encamped on the Dawnstead Bridge, easy access to Northridge is denied. I have my differences with Granny Hugh and her disrespect for the good old days. But
classic curmudgeon.
Making contact with her and providing any available aid to Northridge is important.
Yes, I'm sure that she's a much preferable neighbor to literal monsters.
If you were to seek her out, I would gather she's probably set up the trade office much as I've set up my estate here. Your best bet would be we could use your help in making contact with Granny Hugh.
Isn't that near the docks?
It is.
You'd know where that is, wouldn't you then, Sakari?
Mm-hmm.
Would indeed. And if the bridge is not an option, I can ferry people to and fro once I have my skiff.
You see his eyes light up as nictitating membranes quickly clear his eyes. They sparkle.
How delightful! Would your skiff happen to be on the south side of the river or the north side?
Oh, you know it's not. It's on the north side. But
How helpful to us, then.
I could fit 12 people on it.
How
or
excellent!
more if they're small, and I look at the kids.
Why are you looking at the children, Sakari? They're going to be staying here.
Which one is the trade office, Legend?
I believe
The trade office is, yes.
Indeed. Partly because I didn't know if we'd have to evacuate to the other shore. If I'm just... Part of it is Sakari sees this as good-natured as he seems and as chill as he seems. He also sees the hostile spirits as possibly an invasion force, and we may have to pick a side of the river to double back to, you know, to do a redoubt.
Let me get to some checks here. Let's see. You're discussing this with him, and I feel like it would be very relevant to your character here. You would know the Willowshore Dam. If a mass movement of bodies across water needed to be done, you could use the dam to manipulate the water flow and reduce the difficulty of those checks. So, mechanically speaking, just so you get an idea of the scope of what this dam can do, not to get too into the meta here, but it would reduce the swim or pilot DC by 5. Pretty significant amount.
Good to know.
Yeah.
I
As
feel like you
someone
could
who
probably fit
travels
that
the
text box.
waterways, you
I
would
feel
know
like you
that.
could fit that text box right in here, actually.
That's a good idea.
What is that, Joe?
I
We're
just
just-
feel like it's something for Paul because he's added more labels to the map.
Ah.
Call you Paul, I call you Jack. It's whatever.
It's all right. I am actually starting to get used to that. So the likelihood I will respond is greater than it used to be.
So,
Yes, chef.
seeing Granny Who is all well and good, but that does still leave us with a little bit of a monster problem. Surely you don't intend to just wait them out here?
No. You've mentioned the Buso. He thumbs through some reports. Says, none, yes. Your reports confirm that the Jenkins appear to be afraid of fighting beside the Buso. Yeah, that might be something that we can use to our advantage if it comes down to a fight. He'll look to you, Sakari. The little glint in his eye. Also noted that the Buso seems to be taken with drink. Not sure we could drug him or poison him, but that might make him easier to defeat as well.
What if we
And
could
of
trick him
course-
into a drinking contest while one participant drank tea and the other drank wine?
He'll definitely raise a big, bushy eyebrow at that suggestion.
I'm not
Yes.
trained in deception.
Just for reference, it is about 1.5 miles to the trade office. Not as the crow flies, as like if we were to cross the dam, it's about 1.5 miles.
Right. Okay.
Well, it's either we cross the dam, or we try to fight our way through a horde of monsters, or we take a swim. Unless...
Taking a quick survey. I'm trained in athletics. Are you? I assume you guys are as well.
Yeah.
out of character, I'm going to point out, trying to swim across it is probably going to be a very bad idea.
It's gonna be tough.
On the 8 practices.
Right.
Because number 1 is, sorry, number 3, avoid entering bodies of water when a ghost is nearby.
I'm attributing the red mist as basically adjacent ghosts ready to pop off. That's kind of how I'm seeing it. Like the ghost world reached out to us.
Maybe
But,
the real
yes.
ghost is the mist around us the whole time.
And Matsuki will stand up and he'll walk to, just behind him. There's a mirror with canvas, with the canvas window, and he'll kind of peel it back, and you'll see him stick his hand out, and he'll consider the mist, and he'll kind of turn to you guys sitting at his table and say, and then there's of course the matter of the mist, the unlit lantern. You guys
Yes, that is a bit of a problem, isn't it?
you guys know the story. to relight the lantern and hopefully bring an end to this strange mist, you must obtain the blessing of 3 gods by visiting 3 different shrines and offering a copper coin. And he'll pull out a bag of he'll pick up a bag of coins on the table. And just so happens there's 3 of you guys here tonight. And he'll pull one out and he'll give each of you a copper coin.
Does he mark it in his ledger?
He does. He hands it to you, and then he does. He sits down and he licks his thumbs through some papers, and he does. And this is, I guess, these coppers. We're talking of ledgers. So this is a change that he has to make on multiple ledgers. And he does. You see him. He'll change it in one ledger, right? 3 pages. Sets it aside. Changes it in another pile. Yeah. It's very detailed.
While he's doing this, Misaki's just kind of playing with the coin in one hand, and she idly comments to Sakari and Reginald, "So I know that my name is Jihui Reborn. Is it one of yours in secret?"
Sorry, what was that?
"I know that my name is Jihui Reborn. Is it one of yours in secret?"
I'm unaware of such.
Jihui was the monk that lit the eternal lantern in the first place.
I was not born here.
How delightful! Neither was Jihui. Nor was I, but I don't feel like I'm... what's the word? Holy enough.
Absolutely not. Willowshore needs you.
Okay, well, let's think about, Reginald has been here his whole life, so I think he would know where there's going to be shrines. We know that we have, let's see, I'm moving the viewing map.
Is there a shrine over in the old monastery outside of town?
So there are. I'm reading what the player's guide has to say.
There's lots of shrines.
Okay.
Yeah, like Lady of
are
Souls
automatic,
one, right?
Yeah, the Lady of Souls is devoted to Parasva, and the 9-year shrine is devoted to Daikitsu, and those are the 2 temples. But there are shrines in addition.
Does my gas station calendar in the Linovati count as a shrine? In my futon on the floor, Xbox crushed Monster Energy cans, like my total bachelor.
He is one of the deities that it lists as, if there's a worshiper of one of them, they automatically know the location of that shrine.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Does Reginald have a particular god he's amenable to?
Well, I think that there's lots to be said about Reginald's family, and I think that they very fervently they revere Abadar, which actually I think he may have a different name here, but he is also. He's Abadar in the player's guide, and okay, yes,
Abadar is followed here, and obviously Legends Call, but I would suggest that it might even be at or near his family's home, which is on the north side.
The Abadar Shrine.
Unless
you guys automatically, either by your character selection or just by being locals of the area, you're familiar. Of shrines of Pharasma, the Lady of Souls, Kofusashi,
Laughing God,
at the trade office.
Okay, I would have picked out Abadar for that, but I guess Kokusachi's also another good one. It's about
Daikitsu,
local businesses.
the 9-ear shrine,
Daikitsu, yeah.
and the Abadar shrine, which this is just one of those things that you just kind of take for granted when you're prepping these things, is actually its own location.
How about a Nalanavati shrine?
The Abadar shrine is right here. It is its own.
Oh, it's close.
It is its own dark wood trimmed shrine. So these other shrines are kind of at other locations. Abadar actually has his own shrine, and it is right here, just a smidge to the south of the Matsuki estate.
So, like this
Okay.
building right here on the river?
Yes, that one right there. That is the Abadar shrine.
Neat.
Wow. I mean, so maybe that even explains why Reginald is so close to that. Is where he
Yeah,
is.
we've got 3 of them. We can get 3 blessings before crossing the river.
Nalavanati
We could.
is
Theoretically, we could try crossing the Dawnstep River after we get the blessings, maybe fight our way to the lantern, light it, and then make our way over to the trade exchange.
I like that. What were you saying, Legend, about?
Nalavanati, or
Yeah.
has a shrine at Mother's Coil. Which
that's on the north side.
Yes,
That's...
that is on the north side.
There it is, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not far from my home. That makes sense.
It does. This all I love how it is all making sense.
It really does.
I'm not asking to know where it is, but I'm really part of me is actually really tickled to see that Yejing is one of the gods that's called out as explicitly having a shrine.
Yeah. Do you have...
He's the Tian god of assassins. He's really cool.
Okay.
I want to follow Yejing one of these days.
Hey, you think we could grab a break?
Yeah, let's take a break.
My dog's showing signs of interest in the outside world.
Having to go lift a leg.
Yeah, I think I'll join her, but not in the backyard. I'm gonna let her out, let me out, let her back in. See you soon.
See you soon.
How dare
Or you could say it was just perfect timing.
Oh, did it just go to soon?
Less than 15 seconds, I'd say.
Oh,
We
I meant to do
apologize
that.
for the delay. It's all Jack's fault.
We're back, baby.
Definitely is
We're
my
live. We're coming at you.
I think we can get banned from Twitch for doing that.
Doing banned from Twitch for doing what?
Coming on stream?
Coming at you is not the same as coming on you.
I don't know, man. I've heard some of the various phrases, but I'm pretty sure that one can be used that way too.
It's not the manner in which I meant it.
Let's just glaze over that.
Let's do what now? If you thought you were helping.
Oh, definitely not.
Time for us to take a short walk to Capitalismville.
There was no intent of helping with that statement.
Well, I'm glad you could share the load, Mr. Frodo.
Back to so Matsuki will tell you guys, talk about the unlit lantern. One of the things that in the course of your conversation with him before we run off to visit the god of capitalism, he does convey a couple of other things to you. So first and foremost, he would commend you guys for saving Sumika. And he said, he's gonna take your information about Ugly Cute and Arbus running off, and he's going to dispatch some hunters to go track down Ugly Cute. He also warns you guys. He will also warn you. He has a warning for you. Let me get back to the page here. He'll say, in closing, I would avoid downtown Willowshore. By all reports indicate that this particular part of the town is infested with monsters.
Let me
I
take
think
a wild
once
guess.
we've
Downtown Willowshore is where the Eternal Lantern is.
no, the Eternal Lantern is on the Dawnstep Bridge. You actually passed it on the way here.
So it's at like a very
but
south
that probably does downtown Willowshore. So the other side of the bridge would be downtown Willowshore. So downtown Willowshore.
Is the Eternal Lantern on the northern shore or the southern shore?
I think
it's the north.
How dare you question the placement of my markings?
You might have to flip those text boxes.
I'm pretty sure it's on the North Shore, isn't it?
I will tell you. Maybe. It is on the South Shore.
God damn it! I tried to make it nice, guys.
What would Abadar say about us being sold a bill of goods?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I'm going to make this a little small. But that's actually great news, right? Because this is the area I'm taking that we should not go into.
That's totally where I thought we were going to have to go into to...
I know. How convenient, right?
When you try to zoom out on the Twitch stream, it doesn't work. You got to actually go to the Foundry page.
Wild how that goes.
I've definitely done that
It's
too.
the first time I've done it on this show, but I feel like we've crossed a bridge already.
We
We
did.
did cross one
Yeah, over on the east side
a
of
long
town.
time ago.
Oh yeah.
The
Yep.
Guyue River Bridge.
Okay, so that's where the Eternal Lantern is?
Yes.
Cool.
All right. Anything? And again, we've been talking to the curmudgeoned Shao Matsuki. Love it. I guess I could probably drag his token onto the map here. Oh, nice. Downtown Willowshore, overrun. Yes, indeed.
Question mark?
It has been overrun. Our best bet of overtaking that will probably stand a better chance once the lantern is lit.
Well, I guess we're off to count our blessings.
3. Come to 3. Just 3. Sure. I mean, so yeah. I mean, why would we would? I think if there's nothing else, I mean, is there anything else we think we could gather from him? Does he have any supplies he could spare? Is he willing to, or is he truly the doomsday prepper where it's like, nah, I'm going to keep my my 200 days worth of rations just in case.
You know, +2 striking, dancing, Naginata. Yeah, not to put too fine a point on it. Any of those?
Yeah, he's already had to adjust his ledgers for you once.
For 3 copper.
Red.
Of course.
Noted.
Excellent. Love that. I love that. Okay, yeah. So if he ain't got nothing for us, then I'd say we just pop over to the Abadar Shrine. It's right there, yeah?
You don't want to stop by home first?
I don't think I have anything. I don't think I'm missing anything because he just has his staff, arrows, and I mean, let me see.
Didn't you have to get like a bow and arrows from the guard tower?
No, I have a bow staff.
Oh, you had to get arrows. That's what
I had to
you
get
needed.
arrows. Yeah. So I figured it's reasonable for him to walk around with a staff, but not a bunch of arrows. So let me remind myself if he is missing anything from his inventory that he could grab. Oh yes, he would love to get his alchemist toolkit and thieves toolkit. So he in his house, yeah, he can grab his backpack that has an alchemist toolkit, thieves toolkit, formula book.
If you're
And he'll put his padded armor on because I think I
if
didn't
you need
have
me to
armor.
carry the alchemist toolkit for you, I can't. Because I understand that one might be a bit bulky.
The alchemist toolkit, I think, is fairly light. It's the portable alchemist's lab that's
the
real
one
heavy.
I'm thinking of. You're right.
Yeah,
you're
the
right.
toolkit is bulk 1.
Okay, if you need
the
it.
lab is like bulk 4, though.
So I think I need to wear it to use it for quick alchemy, if I recall. But I'm not really in that.
You need to either have it in hand or wear it, and you can wear up to 2 kits without having any issues.
Okay, yeah, so I will go ahead and wear that then.
Are you trained in medicine?
I sure think so.
Is your other kit healer's kit?
No, it's thieves.
Okay.
Probably should have gotten a healer's kit instead, honestly. But whatever.
I think I thought it was more likely that somebody else would have healing than anything else, so I figured I'd just cover.
I think Arna does.
Arna does, yeah.
But also he's not in the party right now.
Okay, so... Okay,
I
yeah,
almost
so I
always
grabbed
have it,
that
but this
stuff.
character doesn't. He's not smart.
Oh, I think I already had the armor on because I was wearing the Ring of Discretion.
But he's disciplined and respectful, you know?
Okay, yeah, I mean, I think
you're a great soldier, Sakari. You don't ask questions. You don't think about things. You just do what you're told.
I just look at you. You can't really tell. But,
That's mostly meant to be a joke. I know
Maybe
a lot more
someday
goes
I
with
will
that,
lead.
but I also know that there's a lot of jokes about how that's really all boot camp wants out of you.
well, there's a little more nuance with Sakari.
so. Just
So we're gonna visit Reginald's home.
yeah,
Seems
we'll just
like-
pop in to grab a little bit of stuff.
Reginald opens the door. There's 3 Jenkins that are going through his wardrobe trying on his clothes.
I draw my sword. It's time to go gremlin chopping.
It's clobbering time. Number 2. That's 2. It's 2.
So
You got, like, 4 more times.
sitting on the your roof are 3 phantom ravens.
Phantom Ravens.
They're this green. I mean, this is closest thing to a ghost that you've ever actually come in contact with. Let me pop up.
Can I summon 3 phantom bills to beat them, like they did the week before?
Ah!
What?
That bachelor party I went to in Knoxville, all Buffalo people.
Hell yeah!
They had a blast watching. I don't know if it was the Ravens game.
Well, the Ravens game is the one where it looked like the Bills were losing until
Yes,
the
that's
last
the
6
one, then.
minutes. Yeah,
Yes.
that's the one.
I
40
fell
to
asleep
41.
and they woke me up. They were yelling so loudly at the end.
The
Anyhow,
Jets game I
Spirit
listened to
Raven.
on the radio, and yeah, Spirit Ravens.
And these phantom ravens, as you go to enter your residence and approach the front door, they'll just eye you cautiously.
You keep birds, Reginald?
No, and certainly not green ones, not green translucent ones.
Fascinating.
Could I roll a knowledge on this?
Yes. It would be
I think it also might behoove me to declare a second investigation, or maybe I'll alter the investigation I have just to be like specifically about the Eternal Lantern. That feels a little bit more appropriate now.
okay.
Investigation. Relight the Eternal Lantern.
Something like that.
Yeah,
But
it just
in
comes
terms
up
of
in
these-
text.
So these are you said they're phantom ravens.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking religion might be most relevant.
Occultism.
Occultism. Okay, great. Occultism's better. Pursuing a lead.
Let me. Yes.
Because it's just me, I can just roll the blind.
Yeah. You see these ravens eyeing you, and you'll hear one go, and it says, "Yes, Soki."
He looks around, he points to himself.
You are correct.
What fun! They can tell people apart.
Reginald's gonna point to to Sakari. and look very excitedly at the Phantom Ravens.
And they're gonna start flapping their wings. And as they start to flap their wings, you're gonna have a thought there, Reg. You're gonna think about the 8 practices.
Probably not supposed to interact with them.
No, not necessarily.
Address them with friendly greetings if you must. So he would, yeah, okay. So if he remembers that, he would say,
We're doing okay on that front.
yeah, say, yes, that is right. I am Yusuke, and this is my house. And I am so happy that you have graced the roof of my house with your phantom selves. May we enter?
And all 3, as if they were walking the line between the ethereal and the material plane, they dematerialize.
You have to make flap checks.
Oh,
Nothing to crow about, I know. Just warming up. Puns most foul.
Well, now
What's
you're
your
getting a little-
remind
a little
us?
far-fetched.
What is Reg's house? What does his house look like?
so Reginald's family lived in downtown or on the outskirts of downtown Willowshore, and that's rather relatively opulent. And you guys would know, being residents for a reasonable amount of time, that Reginald's father doesn't really care for Reginald. Not really. Not that he doesn't care for him. It's more along the lines of he's the second born, and his father is much more interested in investing time into his sister, who is older. So Reginald he had taken an interest in alchemy and was wanting to be a little bit closer to Graveside Manors, which is where the alchemist lives. So it's a pretty meager place. It's a bedroll, wooden floor, maybe a basin to wash in, and a chamber pot. A little shelf with a couple of bits and bobs, alchemical bits and bobs. Nothing too fancy. Which is probably a change for him.
Life.
It's very neat, though. Though it is simple, it is very neat.
What do you grab while you're here? You grab some kits.
Yeah, so he's just going to grab his backpack. And his backpack has an alchemy kit, along with a couple of vials, some quick tincture vials, I think they're called, or versatile vials. So he's got versatile vials that go with that. He has a formula book in there, water skin, thieves toolkit, which, as Joe kind of pointed out, may not be the most useful right now, given our situation. But he is able to quick tincture Elixir of Life Minor, which is in a fair alternative, though not quite as repeatable.
And back out into the mists. You guys go. Make your way to the Abadar Shrine. The Abadar Shrine is a dark wood trimmed building that houses a 3-foot tall limestone statue of Abadar. In one hand, he holds a shovel, and in the other, a trowel. The history behind this, you guys would know, is the statue was reportedly taken to Goka first to ritualistically invite Abadar's divine blessings at the Grand Bank before being ferried back to Willowshore.
And Goka is like a regional capital or something.
It's the westernmost city in Tian Sha, and it's kind of an enclave. I guess the equivalent is like Hong Kong because it's also a port to the west.
Gotcha. So it is separate politically, or it is politically isolated. Okay.
Yes. So to bless your first coin, it does take 10 minutes of prayer.
Okay. Yeah, and he'll step up
I'll
and he'll
start
say,
a 10-minute timer.
"Oh,
Money pad me wallet. Money pad me wallet.
I was just gonna say, like, hello, my
Just start
well-traveled
reciting the Commerce Code.
limestone comrade."
Well, I mean, it's Abadar, you know? Money changing hands.
Start reciting some of the international bylaws regarding trade in Tianxia.
The summon Ferengis? Ferengis are just hobgoblin worshippers of Abadar that went to space. It all makes sense now.
No, I'm not. I would never make you improv a prayer to
A 10-minute
Abadar
long
for
prayer?
10 minutes on stream.
The Darkwood
But I
speaks the money, too.
am curious. What, given the family dynamics, how does Reg view Abadar? It's a family. It's kind of a family thing, and you're brand. You're kind of
Figuring out my
trying
own
to
way.
carve your own path. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he has anything against Abadar, so to speak. It's
I
familiar.
hope not. You're depending on him to bless this coin to make this mist go away.
So I mean, yeah, it's comfortable. It's familiar. He doesn't have to think about it. The 10 minutes of prayer comes easily to him, and he also recognizes, the blessings that Abadar has provided his family and how it makes what he's doing now possible. So I think I did put Abadar as his deity.
I think you did as well.
Because it does not, it didn't, to me, seem that he has any compelling reason to change his deity. My God.
Right.
I'm looking at the description I wrote for him, and I'm just like, wow, what tryhard wrote this?
Hold on, you don't want to see how much I wrote Masaki's backstory on this character sheet.
Oh, I'm not even looking at the backstory. I'm just looking at the description of him. I'll paste it in the chat.
Deep red brown fur trimmed short, outrageous mustache, wears finely crafted clothing, but a close inspection will reveal small burn marks and holes eaten through the hand by caustic and acidic substances splashing onto his clothes in the course of his alchemical work.
Oh.
You might want to throw some more periods in there, buddy.
Stream of consciousness. Don't try to
This
name it.
inspection will reveal small. I actually disagree. Wears finely crafted clothing is a sentence with an implied subject. But then a close inspection will reveal blah, 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 is one sentence.
Yeah,
It is
I'm
an
gonna rework all of it.
outrageously wordy sentence.
I want to rework all of it as a haiku or a couple of haikus.
Yes.
probably would have done
Burgundy.
I probably would have done the finely crafted clothing as its own sentence, and then a close inspection will reveal small burn marks and holes eaten through the hem. I probably would have thrown a semicolon in there. Caustic and acidic substances splash onto his clothes during the course of his alchemical work.
I
Shake
definitely,
it up a little.
I do not question the stylistic choice of separating that ridiculous clause into multiple clauses. I merely point out that it is, I think,
it's grammatically
grammatically
correct.
accurate.
Yeah, it's grammatically fine. I just think it could use more bricks.
Yeah.
English can make some tortured-ass sentences that are technically grammatically fine.
We'll toss that in the, oops. Toss that in the chat for everybody. All right, with that aside,
All right, so are we done at the Shrine to Abadar?
I saw a die roll.
Yes, I did roll a die. Don't you worry about that little guy. You have a blessed coin. Your first blessed coin.
Me first dollar!
He's gonna flick it up in the air and put it in his pocket. All right, who's next?
The next closest one we know of is the Lady of Souls. It's too bad Arna's wandered off. I'm fairly sure he knows the person in charge, though.
We can dance in a spiral. She likes that.
I suppose so.
And Misaki is very good at dancing. I forget how this is a football field. The amount of distance Reg is going to move right now is a football field.
It's a big town.
It's a big town.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think it is still a small town. It's just that in the modern age, we really underestimate how big even small towns are when you have to walk everywhere.
Fair.
Well said.
I guess I think, if I think about it, 1.5 miles from a 1.5 mile diameter centered on where I am probably has
Good route.
10,000-15,000 people. But also, you couldn't grow food to survive.
When is the last time you walked somewhere that was 2 miles away? Not for the purposes of walking, but because you needed to get there and you chose to walk.
Work was not quite 2 miles away when I worked in Chicago, but it was close, and it was more convenient to walk.
Last Wednesday.
That was now several years ago.
All right, fair enough. I haven't done it since high school.
I just can't stand to drive if some place is not that far. I think it's silly to drive, and I've got an insulated backpack, so I usually just it's my cardio.
I get that. I do very much
decided
miss.
To stay at the manor.
Oh no. Sakari hasn't decided to stay at the manor, but Asmo has decided to check his Discord messages. Sorry.
By the way, Asmo, you should totally take the Beastmaster dedication and get yourself a pet mongoose.
A little Ricky Tikki Tavi action.
So the Badger staff block explicitly says it can be used for any mustaloid.
I do like my mustelids, you know that. It was Weasel Stomping Day not too long ago.
It was. And you referenced Riki Tiki Tavi that time too.
I can't help myself. I am an old man who watched a lot of really good animation as a kid.
Oh, I just read the story.
Oof. I wish I'd read the story before I'd watched Watership Down. That might have helped.
Thanks.
Yeah. I wasn't ready.
I'll say this for Watership Down. It's got some real fucking good quotes in it.
Oh, it's an amazing, as a film, It's great world building because it introduces you to the mythology, and then it shows you the syncretism of the mythology as passed down to generations. It's a great movie for world building. And just, don't pop it on for an 8-year-old and say, oh, it's a cute movie about bunnies. Just saying.
It ain't.
It's not. It deconstructs a whole lot of really complicated concepts that are very grown up in their subject matter.
Oh yeah, but the one that always gets thrown around for Watership Down is how does it go? All the world will be your enemy. Something
Prince with
something.
1,000 enemies, Ella Ra.
And when they catch you, they will kill you. But
But first,
they must catch you.
yes.
And that last
Yes.
part's always real good.
So good.
Yes.
Stupid bunnies. How do you expect to get chicks if you don't have mates?
Yeah, I love that movie, though. As an adult, I rewatched it and was like, oh my God, it's so good. And watching it as an adult kind of, it messed me up. I watched a shit ton of movies a kid shouldn't have watched in the span of like 18 months as a child. And they made me a lover of film, but like, one of them was Jaws. One of them was The Exorcist. And one of them was Watership Down.
I wonder which one was most inappropriate for children.
The Exorcist.
Fair.
I think Kill Bill might have been for me. Not scary, just like probably inappropriate.
Oh.
For when I first saw it.
But also really good.
It is very good.
Jaws, terrifying, but really good.
I think Alien was the most inappropriate movie I saw as a kid.
Oh my God.
Like inappropriate for kids.
It's another one. It's in my top 5.
I think I was 8.
The real monster in that movie is capitalism.
I mean, to be fair, there is in fact a real monster to go along with the metaphorical monster that is capitalism.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to downplay how monstrous capitalism is in the Alien movies, but there was very much a real monster to go along with the metaphorical monster that was capitalism.
I could deconstruct that movie with you for a long time.
I mean, I think we all know that if we were to be in an Alien movie, that Jack would be the one to live. Because he's got the cat available.
He does have the cat. I have a cat. But the cat's outside.
Oh man,
He's got the cat available.
have not seen most of the Alien movies, I guess. They don't like cats?
The cats
Ripley, the
he lives because of the cat.
has a cat, and the cat is like the only thing to survive the movie besides her for the very first movie.
I thought it was fire for some reason. Then she ends up in the soup thing, right?
That's Aliens. And Aliens is an action horror movie, whereas Alien is just horror.
Alien is a very, very much a classic. It's a slasher horror set in space. Okay. With an alien as the slasher.
Alien. No S.
Yeah.
Writing it
down.
I have the Alien RPG, by the way.
And then there was Aliens, which, as Esmo said, was much more action-y. Still a horror movie, but had much more action, a lot more back and forth and fighting and all that jazz. A lot more aliens, too, which is why they had the role there. But it was also very good. And then they never made any more. It's the joke I always hear.
Just like Highlander. There was only ever the first.
There could be only one
Highlander movie.
There could be only one, Esmo.
Oh, I almost got thrown out of Highlander 2. Because I was immediately lampooning it. I was like, this is so bad. Highlander 2, Predator 2, but that's because Eric and I were laughing our asses off at it. And John Carpenter's Vampires. Those are the 3 movies I've almost been thrown out of.
I'm not a big movie guy, so most of the time if I go to the movies, it's because I actually really want to see the movie, and it's usually at least decent. Never been thrown out of a movie, but there have definitely been movies I've seen where I've come out and been like, wow, that was kind of a waste of time.
One of my friends owned a tattoo shop, and she frequently got like promos and tickets and like free tickets to stuff all the time. So her and I almost got thrown out of John Carpenter's Vampires because we were just, it was so comically bad. Like we love John Carpenter movies. We were both fans, but that movie is kind of a satire without trying to be. I don't know.
I'll take your word for it. All I know about John Carpenter is he's the one behind The Thing.
Oh, masterpiece. It's right up there with Alien. In fact, watch them back to back. That is a good double feature.
Make sure to do it in Antarctica right before the last flight out.
Or,
That is apparently, I have heard, this might be apocryphal, I have heard that is a yearly tradition in Antarctica. Is they'll do a screening of John Carpenter's The Thing right after the last flight for the winter has gone out.
That is some gallows humor that like soldiers and paramedics have. I respect that. That's good shit.
You guys continue down the trail here. Yeah, you come to the crossroads. You know you should be able to see the Dawnstep Bridge, but this daggum mist is too thick.
Has it gotten thicker?
No, it hasn't gotten any thicker.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, so I'm not trying to be annoying. I'm just trying to. So, like, this was our thing of totally viewable. This is totally viewable.
500 feet was how much we could see at all.
Yeah, and this is how much we could see at all. So it's like obscured. Not to stomp all over your flavor. Just keeping you honest.
Yes, of course.
The whole town's like
pretty much.
And you see, you still see a Jinkin pop its head out every now and then and scurry off, always too far in the distance. And it starts to get to the point to where you're not even sure if you're seeing them anymore. Like, is it just the mist playing, is it just the mist playing games with you? Or is it real? It's eerie. And you continue making your way down to the Lady of her Fluvial, Lady of Souls.
Reginald is just gonna just for shits and giggles, he's gonna keep a arrow knocked and have his bow staff in bow configuration.
Seeing Reginald do that and knowing that Reginald is smarter than me, I'm going to draw my sword. And I'm going to keep it down at my side. I'm not going to be brandishing it, but I'm going to keep it in my hand.
Yeah, and he's just moving cautiously.
Very light-footed on my part.
I don't think he's what you would call avoiding notice or anything. But
is he scouting or anything?
I have to look at what all those activities.
Scouting's great because as an exploration activity,
+1 to initiative rolls.
Bingo. That's huge.
The scout dedication's also a really good one. It's real nice for rogues who are dumping charisma.
I know a rogue who might have benefited from that.
Can't be helped. He died to a witch.
He may have gotten stabbed by forest critters.
As you guys make your way down the road here, this would be easy knowledge if Arna was here with us, if he wasn't at the beach. But even to possibly the three of you, especially with the proximity to your own home, Masaki, you would hear a familiar tune. A flute being played in the distance. It's a real whimsical tune.
My goodness, even through all of this, she's still playing for the dead. Well, I suppose now's as good a time as any.
Mm-hmm.
So we would know that this is the proprietor, keeper of the Lady Soul Shrine.
Yes, so I mean this is a graveyard. This
Undertaker?
is what's that? Yeah, I mean pretty much, right? But no, it's a temple to Pharasma. It was built here to prevent the likelihood of an undead rising. And Elizabeth Candora is known to play her flute amongst the graves to try to soothe the spirits of those recently buried within.
When I first saw this map, I thought that was where trees had been cut down. I didn't realize it was a graveyard until a couple sessions. Until like the second session. Until last time.
What's the difference?
Well, one is for people and the other is for trees.
One has to remove trees, though, do they not? And roots. Not sad, not dour, contemplative,
somber.
Elizabeth?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think of her as I think of her as a more mature Luna Lovegood.
Oh, that is a statement. That is a statement.
Is it not? Is it not, though?
No, I could totally see that.
So what you're saying is that she is totally hiding a significant eccentricity.
Or
she was actually a correspondent for an anti-long wall magazine.
She's hiding out here.
I just want the treasure that lets me not have to make flat checks against incorporeal creatures.
I don't think you make flat checks against incorporeal creatures.
No,
I think it's just that they've got crazy good resistances.
It does appear that as you make your way down this path, you hear her tunage, and it appears that this temple has taken this temple was targeted. This temple is in much worse shape than many of the other buildings and houses that you've come across.
So does it look like Jenkins, or is there evidence of like Jenkins having attacked this place? Like,
I looked for him.
I feel like there's only so much they could do, right? They're tiny creatures. Or small creatures, I don't remember.
Definitely Jenkins. But lots of them. And remember that They reportedly attacked just after midnight. What you are walking through now is the aftermath of said attack.
So what does this place look? Reginald would kind of like to try to reconstruct what happened here. He doesn't like have any knowledge of warfare or anything, right? But there's got to be are there tracks every which direction? Are there only Jenkins tracks? Are there tracks from humans?
There are lots of Jenkins tracks, and there are also one set of much larger humanoid tracks.
Gotcha. Deep, like somebody who was wearing heavy armor or something like that, or who was armed.
Something bigger than the Jenkins.
How many of Reginald's feet fit within one of the footprints?
2.
That's
Would
pretty
you
big.
like to roll?
I'm asking too many questions.
I measure the stride and get out an abacus.
Roll nature or society.
Society, please. It's a secret roll.
Yeah, you're not sure. The tracks
I would
of
like
a
to
medium
use a
humanoid.
hero point, if I may, because I don't know the result of the roll technically, though I do believe that it was low enough that you didn't want to give me any information.
Go for it.
Is it only Reginald that can make that check?
No, anybody can make that check.
And what are the options?
Society or nature to track.
All right, did that re-roll properly?
It did.
Okay.
There's Misaki.
Not sure Asmo's going to bother.
What?
He's more of in a tactically aware stance, so he's not picking up on subtle clues. He's looking for Jenkins amassing.
Yeah, you see the tracks of a medium humanoid, single tracks, and Misaki. You're kind of able to bridge the gap here, and you track these. You're able to follow these tracks. They are there, especially with the Jenkins tracks. I mean, we're talking about at this site plus 20 Jenkins had probably descended upon this temple during the night, and it appears that a lot of the tracks are heading towards the Dawnstep Bridge from here.
Gotcha.
Including the humanoid tracks.
Then we're too late, but we should check to see how they're doing here, survivor-wise. I mean, we came here for a blessing, but it looks like we may have found trouble.
So I was originally thinking if the humanoid footprints are going towards the Dawnstep Bridge, I was originally thinking it might have been someone who came to help, but now I'm thinking it could be a Buso who was traveling with the Jenkins back after they had done whatever they wanted to here.
And
this
they're
kind
not.
of thing that would indicate that it's not like a guard, like what Buso are plant-based creatures, right?
Are they?
I feel like I wrote
they. What you got, and you guys rolled to check for this. They have an affinity for the agricultural sciences.
But they aren't
They're
plant
good
people,
at. They're good at growing plants. But they also, for that gift to counterbalance it, they also have the need for human flesh.
Yes, I have written, arose from the two-eyed humanoid, gave one eye to forest spirits for protection from famine. Those spirits, the Busa, gave Buso incredible skill with farming, but cursed them with a desire for humanoid flesh. So their footprints would not be distinguishable from like
A human.
a human.
Except for their barefoot and
That's sort of what I was wondering.
and in this particular case, you get the idea that the person might be drunk. The humanoid might be drunk.
Hmm.
Further leading you to believe the investigator and adventuring party that you guys are, this probably is the tracks of the Buso.
Interesting. Drunken? Drunk on blood? I wonder.
I'll say a lot of monsters from from mythology in that part of the world. Not just that part of the world, but like I know in that part of the world, a lot of monsters just straight up like booze. The Yamada no Orochi got killed by Susanoo when he got it drunk.
Okay, well, duly noted. So there was probably a Buso here.
Booze.
And
So.
as you guys approach
boozer.
the actual temple itself,
It's actually terrible. Yeah, he just drinks too much.
it's a small building that kind of borders the graveyard. This would be the actual temple. This is, where this is where business would be done. This is where she would comfort lost or family members of those who have lost somebody recently. This is where she would store her consumable religious items and divine scrolls, and it has just been completely ransacked.
But we still hear the flute.
You do from the graveyard. You still hear the flutes. Indeed.
Well, that's encouraging.
We should probably check on her while we're here.
You peek your head around from the temple into the graveyard. You follow the sounds of the flute, and it sounds like she's just walking. She's pacing back and forth across the graveyard, playing her flute. It's a beautiful tune, and she's going about it very dutifully. And after a couple of minutes' time, you see her silhouette appear through the mist.
Perhaps should we ask her to recite some of the things like we were requested to ensure that she is indeed a person?
Miss Candora, you're quite diligent, even at a time like this. How are you doing?
Oh, my temple was ransacked and destroyed. It'll take weeks to get it back right. But for now, I'm just trying to soothe the spirits.
Are you wounded?
No, I'm not. I'm okay. Thank you.
I'm sure your lady is very glad that you won't be joining her quite yet.
She'll make the symbol with it. She'll do the spiral symbol on her chest.
We do have
What's...
something to ask.
Yes. What can I do to help?
We've just come from old Matsuki's estate. He's got quite a few of the citizens of the South Shore pulled up in there. But he did mention that he thinks it necessary to relight the Eternal Lantern. Says it'll need blessings from 3 gods. And of course, when it comes to blessings from gods, well, how can one forget the temples? I don't suppose you'd be able to assist us with this?
It would be my pleasure. Come.
I approach.
What do you think what does Pharasma's shrine look like? It's obviously still, despite the chaos and the mess, the shrine itself is in good condition.
So what do they sell here?
I feel like a shrine to Pharasma is gonna be like an altar that can be laid on, but it's like carved for 2 purposes in particular, and I don't know what this would look like necessarily. But it's for a corpse to be displayed, and it's for a woman to be giving birth.
Yes, I love it.
The circle of life.
Yeah, the Jenkins, and she would explain, like, the Jenkins would have, spilled all sorts of contents onto this slab, and she'll guide you inside, and she'll clean up the area. It's not in need of consecration, but she'll clean it up before she brings you guys around, and she'll put the coin in the middle of that slab, and you guys will hold hands and chant hymns to Pharasma. Again, it's a 10-minute activity. No check involved here. And yes, 10 minutes later, you have yourself a blessed coin to Pharasma. Just, I really hope, I wish you luck in relighting the Eternal Lantern. Do you really think it'll drive away this mist?
Well, to be blunt about it, we don't have any better ideas. Do you?
And almost as if on cue, the mist starts to fade.
Yay! We don't need luck. We've the blessing of the Lady of Graves.
I mean no offense, but the Lady of Graves is going to have me when I'm dead. I'd rather not spend more of my time while alive on her than I have to.
I don't know how many people I've sent to her,
That's rather concerning.
but I will send more.
Well, that's just part of the
And-
course.
Reginald's just over in the corner, picking through like the little bits and bobs. Maybe with the end of his bow staff, just sort of.
Scrounger instincts activate.
Definitely.
Form of a potion.
Nesting behavior.
Yeah, you do. I mean, you come across,
Like he's been listening to you
some
guys talk.
stuff that could be nice.
I was
she's
not expecting
got
that. I was just role playing. That's funny.
No, she's got some stuff that once returned to a serviceable condition, she's actually got a pretty good inventory.
Right.
She does. That's her. She's
The
got
Lady of
stuff.
Souls is one of the places that has wares per the player's guide.
Mm-hmm. And what happens next? I imagine happens as we're looking out at the graveyard. So the mist starts to rescind, and you watch it as it starts to just evaporate, and what you can see, the distance that you can see, opens up quite a bit. You can actually see the graveyard. You can almost make out the writing on some of the headstones. And that is where you see a waxing moon glimpse through the clouds.
Is that the moon it's supposed to be, based on what we remember in the lead up to the reenactment festival?
No. This moon has a crimson hue to it.
Like it's in the right phase
what
but
it's
the
wrong
wrong
about
color? Or is it in the wrong phase as well?
It's the right phase but the wrong color.
Okay.
Okay, that's
I
less
thought we
concerning.
lost time, or we got transported back in time or something.
I mean, Season of Ghosts is one of the adventure paths that was printed in the distinct books, you know, and I mean they're all named after different seasons. The very first one, the one we're in, is Summer. You know what that book is called?
The Summer That Never Was.
Spoilers.
It's on the cover.
That's like saying, yeah, we're gonna run into Ghosts soon enough. Well, spoilers, we're playing Season of Ghosts.
Right?
There should be ghosts and seasonal stuff.
It's like you're playing 7 Dooms for Standpoint, and it's like, yeah, so we've dealt with 2 Dooms already. I wonder what the other 5 are. Well, how do you know there's that many? Spoilers!
Yeah, on my show we just finished the first Doom. It's pretty cool.
Fine.
One of my
I
favorite
don't
things
like
about
the
that, by the way,
spoilers, but you guys can have spoilers if you want.
Is that the video game Fire Emblem 3 Houses? It's got 4 houses in it.
Oof.
Is it?
Well, at Three
Is it
Musketeers,
Fire
there was a
Emblem
4th
3?
Musketeer, maybe.
And then the subtitle,
Huh?
you said it was Fire Emblem 3 Houses?
Yeah, the series is Fire Emblem, and the subtitle for the specific game was 3 Houses.
Oh, I was going to argue maybe it's Fire Emblem 3 Houses.
No, that was Fire Emblem 17?
No, tried to save
It's
it.
like Final Fantasy.
Yeah, Fire Emblem 3 came out in like 1993.
They're about as old. Yeah, they've both been around about the same amount of time.
Like the original Fire Emblem was a Famicom game.
No, you just roll some dice and we're just chittering on about
she's
this.
really good at will save.
She is really
I do
good
not
at will
attempt to
saves.
intimidate her.
Holy shit.
Whoa. I hope that was she rolling a will save against our inane chatter?
No,
no
she was rolling a will save against this moon.
That we now have
I
to
need
roll a
will saves
against.
I need your will saves as well, and 2 of you have hero points.
Oh, whoa. That's a great way to end a session.
I would like to re-roll if that's a failure.
Oh, not so bad. Okay, good. And it's the best I'm going to get, so.
Still waiting on Asmo.
Yeah, it's not my best save, you know? Just putting it out there.
Here's the great part. It's not my worst.
Is it public?
Sure.
Did you mention
Saves,
the
I think, are
hero
always public.
points? Yeah, I'd like to burn my hero point on that bad boy.
To be honest, there's a reasonable chance you could roll worse.
I know. How cool is that? I might get a 1, and I
But he's
will
got a
crit
2/3
fail
chance of rolling better.
You might
and run off
you might
into the
crit
night
fail if you get
screaming.
like a 5.
There we go. That's
Hey!
double deuce.
Legend is an 18 a failure.
No, it's not. It's a success. None of your frightened conditions tick. But as we close out the session and we look out on this graveyard as the mist evaporates and this moon starts to take center stage, it does pull on your emotions a little bit. Not enough to make you mechanically frightened, but it just makes you question, how did they get here? How many Jenkins would have had to have descended upon this town to do this level of damage? How are you guys gonna relight the lantern and get across the bridge to the other side of town? Where did Arna and Arbus go? Where is Ugly Cute? Some of these questions and more we'll answer next session.
Icy's character is going to come back riding on Ugly Cute.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing. That'd
We
be
should
amazing.
probably finish this, end the stream there then, I think.
Ta-ta.
Yeah, let's cut it. Ta-ta.
Good night, y'all.